Assalamu alaikum and good day everyone. Welcome to Apt Briefing for new students. For your information, APT stands for Arabic Proficiency Test. This presentation will cover the purpose of the APT, who is required to sit for the exam, exemptions from the APT, the Arabic language requirement, the grading system, the structure of the exam, question formats, types of questions, and sample of questions. By the end of this presentation, you will have a better understanding of what the APT is, how it works, and what you can do to prepare for it. Let's get started. For your information, the purpose of the APT is to place students in the appropriate Arabic language levels. Who must sit for the APT? Well, there are two categories of students based on their level of study: undergraduate and postgraduate. All undergraduate students are required to sit for the APT. However, exemption is given to students who graduated from high schools or universities from Arab countries with Arabic as the medium of instruction. Postgraduate students who intend to pursue a program with Arabic as the medium of instruction, and postgraduate students who are taking an art or science-based program but are allowed to write their research or thesis in Arabic must sit for the APT. However, postgraduate students who do not fall under either of the above categories are not required to sit for the APT. Exemption is given to postgraduate students who graduated from IIUM in a program with Arabic as the medium of instruction, and postgraduate students who have undertaken regular program of studies and graduated with bachelor or master degree from Arab countries with Arabic as the medium of instruction. The following 19 countries are considered as Arab countries: Algeria, Bahrain, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya, Mauritania, Morocco, Oman, Palestine, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Syria, Tunisia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Please be informed that the exemption is not automatic. You have to email a copy of your offer letter from IIUM, high school certificate for undergraduate students, bachelor or master certificate for postgraduate students, and full transcript to temu@iium.edu.my for verification. Now we come to the APT grading system. For your information, we have different grading systems based on level of study, that is undergraduate or postgraduate, and medium of instruction, that is English or Arabic. All undergraduate students in programs with English as the medium of instruction, whose scores are between 0 and 10.5, will be placed in level 1. The course code is LQAD 1003. Students whose scores are between 11 and 25.5 will be placed in level 2, and the course code is LQAD 2003. Students who achieve a score of 26 or higher in the APT will not be required to take LQAD courses, that is Arabic language, as part of their program of study. There are 4 LQAD courses available for students in programs with Arabic as the medium of instruction. Those programs are Bachelor of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Heritage, Bachelor of Arabic Language and Literature, Bachelor of Education, Teaching Arabic as a Second Language, Bachelor of Arts in Arabic for International Communication, Bachelor of Laws Sharia, Bachelor of Education Islamic Education, and Bachelor in Halal Industry Management. The LQAD courses are 1. LQAD 001 for those who score between 0 and 25.5. 2. LQAD 0002 for those who score between 26 and 40.5. 3. LQAD 0003 for those who score between 41 and 50.5, and 4. LQAD 0004 for those who score between 51 and 60.5. Students who achieve a score of 61 or higher in the APT will not be required to take LQAD courses as part of their program of study. At postgraduate level, students of Master of Arts in Teaching Arabic for specific purposes are required to take LQAD 0001 if the scores are between 0 and 25.5. LQAD 0002 if the scores are between 26 and 40.5, LQAD 0003 if the scores are between 41 and 50.5, LQAD 0004 if the scores are between 51 and 65.6. Students who achieve a score of 66 or higher in the APT will not be required to take LQAD courses as part of the program of study. Please take note that for all other Arabic medium programs, different grading system is applied. Students whose scores are between 0 and 20.5 will have to take LQAD 0001, 21 to 40.5, LQAD 0002, 41 to 50.5, LQAD 0003, 51 to 70.1, LQAD 0004. Students who achieve a score of 71 or higher in the APT will not be required to take LQAD courses as part of the program of study. So, based on the APT grading system, it should be clear by now that the minimum entry requirement for undergraduate students to program with English as the medium of instruction is Band 2.5. Earlier, we mentioned that all undergraduate students in programs with English as the medium of instruction, whose scores are between 0 and 10.5, will be placed in Level 1. The course code is LQAD 1003, and students whose scores are between 11 and 25.5 will be placed in Level 2. And the course code is LQAD 2003. These two courses are considered as parts of graduation requirement for English medium programs for undergraduate students. This is the flowchart of new curriculum structure for Arabic courses for English medium students. All undergraduate students have to sit for the APT. If they fulfilled all the requirements, meaning they obtained band 2.5 or higher in the exam, they will be able to join the kulliyah right away. However, failing to fulfill the minimum requirement, students will be placed in respective LQAD courses based on their results. At the end of the course, they will take an achievement test. If they failed, they have to repeat the course. If they pass level 1, they will continue to level 2. If they are already in level 2, then there will be no more LQAD course for them. Undergraduate students doing Arabic medium programs, the entry requirement is band 6.0. At postgraduate level, generally the minimum band is 7.0. However, for MTASP students, the minimum band is 6.5, and postgraduate students with English as the medium of instruction or intend to write their thesis in English, the minimum band is 5.0. This is the detailed explanation for the previous slide. PhD and master programs with Arabic as medium of instruction, KIRKHS and co-ed only, the band is 7.0. PhD and master programs with research only mode and thesis written in Arabic language for all kulliyas, the band is 7.0. Master of Arts in Teaching Arabic for Specific Purposes, KLM, the band is 6.5. PhD and Master of Islamic Arabic Knowledge and Heritage with thesis written in Arabic language and research only mode, the band is 7.0. PhD and Master of Islamic Arabic Knowledge and Heritage with English as a medium of instruction or thesis written in English language and research only and by coursework and research modes, the band is 5.0. PhD and Master of Islamic Arabic Knowledge and Heritage by coursework only, bilingual, the band is 7.0. Students enrolling into programs with Arabic as the medium of instruction must fulfill the minimum entry requirement with regard to Arabic language as explained earlier before they can join their respective kulliyas. If the minimum requirement was not met, students will be placed into one of these 4 LQAD courses, namely LQAD 0001, LQAD 0002, LQAD 0003 and LQAD 0004, depending on the APT band as mentioned earlier. Here is the flowchart of the new curriculum structure for LQAD courses for Arabic medium students should they fail to fulfill the requirement after taking the APT. At the end of each LQAD courses, all students will have to take an achievement test. If they failed, they will have to repeat the course in the following semester. If they passed, they will proceed to the next level. However, LQAD 0004 students will have to sit for the APT after passing the achievement test. They must pass the APT before joining the kulliyas. Should they fail, they will join remedial class, but they have the option of taking the APT for public to join the kulliyas. All other LQAD students are also given the option to take the APT for public. Now we are about to look at the question format. In this exam, you will be tested on vocabulary and grammar knowledge, reading comprehension, and essay writing. The duration of the exam is 2 hours and a half, and there are 5 sections, and each section carries different marks. Section 1, 10 marks. Section 2, 10 marks. Section 3, 25 marks. Section 4, 10 marks. And Section 5, 45 marks. Further explanation for each section. Section 1, vocabulary. Items to be tested, rearranging words to form sentences, singular, dual, plural, synonym, and antonym. Section 2, vocabulary and grammar, whereby the questions are in the form of multiple choice questions. Section 3, reading comprehension. Section 4, grammar and vocabulary. Section 5, essay writings, where you have to write formal letter of 60 words and argumentative or descriptive essay 200 words. Now, let's have a look at the sample of questions. Section 1, question 1, words rearrangement. The instruction will be رتب الكلمات الآتية لتكون جملا مفيدة كما في المثال. المثال الأستاذ بيت كبير. The correct answer is بيت الأستاذ كبير. Now let's look at question number 1. الهدية جميلة هذه. The correct sentence is هذه الهدية جميلة. Question number 2. الأب غسل مساء السيارة. The correct arrangement is غسل الأب السيارة مساء. This is a vocabulary question whereby candidates have to complete the table with either singular, dual or plural words. In this table, the plural of al-ma'mum is al-ma'mumuna. The plural of masjid is masajid. The plural of salat is salawatun. The dual of fadila is fadilatani. The singular of shurut is shartun. Synonym and antonym questions are based on the dialogue given. The answers to these questions must be taken from the text. This is the sample of vocabulary-related questions in section 2. For example, here question number 1. تعمل خديجة فراغ في مستشفى كوالالمبور. ألف ممرضة، باء فلاحة، جيم مدرسة، دال طيارة. The suitable answer is ألف ممرضة. Question number 2. تناولت الأسرة فراغ اللذيذة في وليمة العرس. ألف الأجهزة، باء الأدوية، جيم الأطعمة، دال الأمكنة. The suitable answer is جيم الأطعمة. This is the sample of grammar-related questions in the same section. For example, here question number 1. فراغ الأطباء تخرجوا في الجامعة الإسلامية. ألف هذا، باء هذه، جيم هذان، دال هؤلاء. The correct answer is دال هؤلاء. Question number 2. ارتدى المسلمون الملابس فراغ في عيد الفطر. ألف الجديدة، باء الجديدة، جيم جديدة، دال جديدة. The correct answer is الجديدة، باء. Now we come to part 3 of the paper, and that is reading comprehension. This is a sample of passage number 1. The passage is short and it is followed by 7 comprehension questions. Based on passage number 1, you are also required to write 3 sentences using the words or phrases taken from the said passage. Passage number 2 is a little bit longer and is followed by 10 comprehension questions. You are also required to answer 5 other questions, whereby you have to extract sentences from the passage that mean the exact thing as sentences given in the questions. For example, here question number 1 says, إذا فقد الأمن فسدت البلاد وانتشرت الاضطرابات. So your task here is to find in the passage a sentence that carry the same meaning as the sentence given in the question. Moving on to section 4, error correction. There will be 5 questions or sentences, and each sentence contains 1 error. You have to identify the error and write the correct one. For example, sentence number 1, تكلم الإمام العادل أمام الجمهور متواضع. The word متواضع in this sentence should be in the mansub form, that is متواضعا. Another question in this section is derivation, that is al-ishtiqaq. There will be 4 questions altogether, whereby you have to fill in the blanks with words derived from the root word as specified by the question. For example, question number 1 here, متى قام النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بفراغ مكة? The answer here is فتحي, from the root word فتح. متى قام النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بفتح مكة. Number 2, كان الباب فراغ عندما وصل الطلاب. The answer here is مفتوحا. كان الباب مفتوحا عندما وصل الطلاب. And it is مفتاح for number 3 and افتتح for number 4. Closed test is the last type of question for this section. You will have to fill in all the 6 blanks in the passage using your own words. The final section in the APT is composition section, where you have to write 2 essays. The first one is writing a formal letter, and please be sure to adhere to the known format of letter writing. Essay number 2 is either argumentative essay or descriptive essay. This is a reminder to everyone that the exam unit will not entertain any request for rechecking of the APT paper from new intake students. You are also not allowed to reseat the paper. You are required to bring with you your metric card to the exam hall, or identification card, or passport, and of course not to forget your stationery. We have come to the end of the briefing. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and all the best.